Hey, my name is Dad, and welcome back to What If Isaac was. What if Deku was Isaac? I got that backwards. What if Isaac was Deku? Yeah. What if Binding was Isaac? Anyway, what if Deku was Isaac? Anyway, moving on. Again, let's get a bit more into explaining. So with Eve, I wanted a bit more of like this emo kind of chick, this goth girl kind of person, like this person who would you'd probably wear around black lipstick around and be kind of that, kind of a punk girl, kind of just, let's just like the color black. Like, I felt like whenever I played Eve, she kind of was like that, like, more emo-based character. She seemed to not really care too much, you know? So I always thought, why not some emo chick? And then, I went, and then I got more, and as I said, like, horror Babylon things, so, like, I thought more, what would a whore wear? Something to show off her legs, right? So, yeah. Obviously, she's not wearing this exact clothing right now, obviously, because she can't. She's there in school. And let's go on to Magdalen. Magdalen, I wanted, again, a bit more of an older look to her. Like, her hair, she didn't cut it or anything. Like, in this, like, her hair's shaved, but that does, like, the only one that can really, like, be said, like, their hair changed that I know of, well, actually, two people's hairs changed, was, Azazel, the fucking little, this demon up here, this little guy. Good guy. I like him. He's probably one of my favorite characters. And Eve, literally, her hair became longer in this, so I thought, why not go for, a bit more of that, but, I couldn't. But, yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted a bit more older look to her. I have another picture of her, but that's for, later. And then, with, Bethane. I wanted something with brown hair and long hair, and I wanted her hair down because I felt like it would be more better. And the roses part, this was like the best one I could find, so I kind of just went like try to make up something with the roses, which I will. I did. I didn't. I didn't. I will. I did. Like, it is actually just growing out of her hair. Reasoning why? Well, you'll find that out later. Okay, be patient. Anyway, there's spoilers. Sorry, but yeah, there's like an image before her picture, so I have to pause it. That's a spoiler, so yeah. But anyway, with Lilith, it's just Lilith. It's just a fan art of Lilith. Like, no joke, that's just a fan art of Lilith right there. Like, I just found this, I was like, what the fuck? Why did they make fan art of Lilith? Everyone else, like, they were more of the Binding of Isaac's side. This one, literally, like, she's wearing, like, she's older. She's not, all that shit. Her hair is not going to be tied up, obviously, in this one. Her hair is going to be down and still all, like, how it is. I do have another picture of her, but that's for later. We'll figure that one out later. But anyway, moving on. So yeah, we'll get back into the story. They sat down, and the only one left that needs to introduce themselves is, Isaac himself. He stands up, brings his Bible with him, of course. He doesn't go anywhere without it. He goes up, he turns around, looks to the class, and says, hello. He's a bit more, let me explain. He's quiet, kinda, but like when you really get him talking, you get him talking. When you really get him talking, you really get him talking. Like, he's used to like talking to himself a lot, because back down in the basement he had nothing else to do, so like whenever he's like just killing things, he's like, he's like, he's like, fuck you guys. He's like, fuck you guys. Sometimes he's like talking to them directly, being like, fuck these guys. And sometimes we go into the other room, being like, this fucking piece of shit skeletons fucking throwing bones at me, fucking pieces of shit. Well, fucking, he's like bashing in the head of some other fucking, there's not really too much shit down there that you could bash their head in. But yeah, what is down there that I can bash something's head in that's not just a skeleton? I know, like, I'm thinking, not really anything that I can think of right now. What the fuck? The only thing I can think about is skeletons, those other skull ones that are like, those ones. If you play Binding of Isaac, you know what I'm talking about. The guy that get up that you can't kill, and then you have to get up and they shoot at you and all that shit. Yeah, those guys, and the fucking got the stone guys with their brains coming out the back of their head. No, that's all I'm thinking of. I can't think of any other enemy type there. What the fuck? I know that there's the shit enemy type, but that's like everywhere. Don't worry about the shit enemy type. For people who don't play Binding of Isaac or no, don't worry about them, okay? Don't worry about those guys. Also, I really suggest playing Binding of Isaac. Obviously, there's no story. Well, there is a story to Binding of Isaac, but like, it's not gonna ruin your fucking playthrough of Binding of Isaac, because there's not. Binding of Isaac's less of a fucking story-based game. It's more of a. How can I say this? It's more of a kind of just beat the game kind of game. Like, it's small. It's like a short fight. It's a short-based game. You just want to get to the end and win, Or, well, there is after-end stuff, like after you kill Mom's Heart, destroy Mom's Heart, you can do that. You can do boss wave. You can do that. What's it called? The boss wave thing. I think it's what it's called. You can go on to fight the devil. You can go on to fight Isaac. Yeah, you can literally just fight Isaac, and then you can go on to fight fucking other characters that I don't really give a shit about right now. But yeah. But anyway, moving on. Again, let's get back to where I don't remember where exactly it was, but yeah. Anyway, Isaac stands up, takes his Bible with him. You gotta flex his Bible. He takes it everywhere. Cat. Anyway, moving on. He goes up there and says, like, you could, again, like, as I was saying, he's not very much of a talkative guy, but once you get him talking, he's talking, and I just remember where we were, he's like, hi, my name is Isaac. He kind of pauses for a second, and he's like, Midoriya. As, someone, I'm not going to say who right now, but someone starts looking at him more, they got a little bit of a, kind of a shock look at them for a second, and then they kind of stared him down a bit more. He notices that, but he doesn't really fucking mind. He knows he can kick his ass. Oh shit, I said it was a guy. Fuck. Anyway, moving on. That narrows it down a bit more. You probably can already guess who it is, but anyway, moving on. So, he's like, so, yeah. He's like, so, he's kind of just like, And then, someone's like, wait. You're that guy. They look to that person. I'm going to say it's Danky, probably. But he probably wasn't there, but yeah, he's Danky. Kaminari, fucking Kaminari. You're like, whoa, you're that guy. And he's like, huh? You're that guy who you're that guy who pretty much punched a fucking hole into that. You punched a huge ass crater into that Zero Pointer's face. He's like, yeah, I did do that. And he's like, cool. We got you. He's like, awesome. He's basic Kaminari shit. He's like, what's your quirk? Is it those wings that you had? And if so, then how are you so strong? Or is it more than that? And he's like, well, those wings are not a quirk. Really? Then he's like, really? Then how do you have them? The reasons why I had them, I will keep to myself. And he's like, okay, prove it then. He's like, huh? Prove it then. Prove it then. Take off the jacket. Take off the coats? What would you call, really, the suit? The fucking uniform. Take off your shirt or whatever. He takes it off and shows them their back, and there's fucking nothing there. There's scars, and people take notice of that, but there's no wings. And he's like, see, told you, no wings. He's like, wait. And Jakey's like, Wait. 2 questions. First, and he's like, first question. How did you punch a crater into the face of that 0 pointer if you looks like you're just basic, like no muscle there at all? And he's like, well, that's, and Isaac's like, well, that's simple. Well, that's because I don't know why, but, you know, he begins to flex, and all of a sudden, just these fucking muscles start bulking out of him. This guy looks pretty normal. He looks like a normal, basic-ass dude when, you know, he doesn't flex. But when he flex, holy fuck. You like, this guy is fucking muscular. This guy is... You don't want to mess with this guy. You could tell, like, if you fucking get into a fight with him, you beat the shit out of you. He stops flexing, and it seems like all his muscles just go back to being normal fucking nothing there. He's like, what? And Denki's like, what the fuck? And he's like, okay, another question originated from that first question. Do you have to flex did you have to make your muscles come out just to punch that hard? Because it didn't seem like you seemed pretty normal when you did that. And he was like, no, I don't. I just need to punch something. Like, what? Example. He goes up to the wall, and, you know, you see, like, all of a sudden, just think, really fucking fast jab to the wall, and bam. There's already a fucking hole. There's a perfect, no cracks at all, perfect, like, perfect, can fit his fist. Just a perfect fist in the wall. Like, perfectly. There's no cracks, no nothing, just, like, a fucking hole. A fist-shaped hole there. You know, he's still shirtless. He didn't put on his fucking clothes back on. He's, you know, he's wearing his pants. He's not a fucking weirdo. Oh, and he's like, okay, second question. Where and how did he get those scars? Izuku looked at him, and then... I mean, sorry, not Izuku. Isaac looked at him, and he's like, I'd rather not answer that question. He's like, and, you know, and Carbonara is like, you know what? I'm going to be the smarter person here and say, I understand. And then he sits back down. Not Isaac. Carbonara sits back down because he was, like, standing. You know, he's like, Isaac comes back, puts on his shirt, and, you know, he's like, well, if that's it, then I'll be taking my seat. As you know, another person stands up. He's like, hold up. And Isaac looks for the person, and he's like, I have one more question. And he looks at him, and he's like, what is your question? And he's like, how do you know that name? What do you mean? How do you know the name Midoriya? Because I am a Midoriya. I am a part of the Midoriya family. As you know, he's like, bullshit. And he's like, I only know one fucking Midoriya, and that guy's at my house right now. As you know, Isaac looks at him, and, you know, he kind of has that question look on his face, and, you know, kind of the look of realization. And he's like, do you know who what's his name again? What the fuck is, Zuku's father's name again? I can't say his name. Hisashi, I can't say his name. Konzo Hisashi. I can't say fucking. Do you know who? I can't say his name. Hisashi. I can't say it. What the fuck? Hisashi Midoriya is. He's like, yeah, he married my mother. And he's like, and Isaac looks at him, he's like, what's your name, sir? My name It's fucking Bakugo Katsuki. And I'm gonna end it there, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and goodbye.